Okay guys, let's solve this. So, the graph of e to the x plus 1 plus e to the negative x minus 2 has an axis of symmetry. What is the reflection of the point negative 1 would have over this axis? Okay, so first let's simplify this. Y is equal to e to the x times e plus 1 over e to the x minus 2. Okay, so if we simplify this, we get e. How do you do this? Okay, and now we have is this simplified at all? I don't know. Well, let's think. If we have just solely e to the x, it's like, no, it's like probably like that. There's like an axis of symmetry like right here, maybe? Like there. There has to be a point where it grows like this and it grows like this but 90 degrees. Or but reflected. Let's see. Let's guess that that's at like there. Let's see, what's that point? That's when x is equal to 0, so we have 0, comma 1. So that means that if we take a point here and reflect it, we get a point here. So let's try 1, comma e. And if we reflect it across this axis, how do we reflect it across this axis? Wait a second, how do you reflect a point across an axis? If we have an axis, y is equal to x, and we have 1, comma 1 is on it. If we have 1, comma negative 1, then it goes to negative 1, 1, because it's, I believe it does. Let's check. If we have 1, negative 1, goes to negative 1, 1. Yeah. Let's see, if we have 5, 4, 5, 4, goes like here, which is like 4 or 5. Okay, yeah. Let's say y is equal to 2x. Then we have it like this. And we have 1, 1. We have 1, 1. If we reflect it across here, we get like this, probably like this. If we were to apply the same formula, we'd get 2, 1. So 2, 1. Because we put that with 1, we put that with 1. Okay, hmm. I just mentally went through my head and made sure that isn't on the graph, so that's a good thing to know. Let's see if any of these are on the graph. No. 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 Yeah, no. A lot of these have y is equal to the same thing, which would mean that this is on... What would that mean? Would that mean the axis is vertical? That could make sense. Let me plug some points in here. Let's see, so if we have x is equal to 0, we get 1, which we get e plus 1 minus 2, so we get e minus 1. Put 1 in, we get e squared plus 1 over e minus 2. No, let's put negative 1 in. We get 1. This would be e, and this would be minus 2, so we get e minus 1 again. Oh, okay. So then it's axis of symmetry. Axis is around x is equal to 1/2. Because that's the midpoint of these two. And that should be, I believe that's just the axis. So if we reflect this point across that, we get, yeah, see, in each of these, either the first one's the same or the last one's the same, or both. Anyways, so the first number changes, the x changes, the x changes around, if the axis of symmetry is right here, then we have negative 1 right here. Wait, we have negative 1, 0, 1. Sorry. So then we get 2, because that's equidistant. I think, unless I'm tripping, you know. Wait a second, guys. Okay, I'm back. But anyways, yeah, so I think that's what we do get, but I'm not entirely sure whether that's not an option. Here we get this. Here we should get this. Um, Wait, I think that's the formula. So if we do 2 times -1 plus 1/2, we get -2 plus 1, which we get -1. What? What? That's definitely not how you do it. What am I talking about? It would be 0 minus 1/2 times 2. And then you take like the absolute value of that. So let's take -1 minus 1/2 times 2. So we get negative 3 over 2 times 2, which gives us -3. Or 3, the absolute value. I'm gonna do that one. I'm not entirely sure. I'm never entirely sure. But I'm fairly sure it's either D or E. Sorry. I'm looking for the answers. I'm fairly sure it's D or E because that changes the first number. And this one seems more reasonable because we already got one. Okay. Oh, it was D. It was D. I'm gonna cross out these says no, it wasn't these. But it was D. I was close. So what they did is they somehow deduced it was a vertical line. Then they said it has equation x equals c. Then they reflected f of x across the line c. Then they said it equal to the first thing, and then they just solved for c. Then they got the equation. Then they reflected it. Yeah. But I'd say it was pretty close. It was like a 50-50. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.